This is the injury report presented by NYU Langone Health. The Yankees bullpen took another hit when Mark Leiter Jr. was placed on the 15-day IL with a fibular head stress fracture. So, in today's injury report, we're going to break down exactly what this injury is and how long he's going to be out with Dr. Borowski of NYU Langone Sports Medicine Center. Doc, thanks for hopping on with this. I need to apologize to our audience. I kind of misled them. I said we're going to break it down. I don't know what in the world this injury is, so you're going to break it down. So what exactly is a fibular head stress fracture, and how does it differ, I guess, from a regular fracture?
Sure. So first of all, the fibula is a bone in the lower leg. So the big bone, the tibia, is where most of our weight, our body weight goes to, but that smaller bone on the outside portion of the lower leg is called the fibula. And when we talk about stress fractures, we're talking about a bone that has been overused and has this repetitive kind of micro trauma over the last couple of weeks to months leading up to a more significant injury oftentimes. So it's something that he probably has been feeling for a while, given how much he's been pitching. It's that, that leg that he lands on, and so it takes a lot of weight. And so there may have been a situation where it has been something that's been kind of going on for a while.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but we actually have the play for you. He said that he felt a pop on the play. I'm gonna play it for you, and then I'm gonna get your reaction. See him kind of hobbling a little bit right
Yeah.
there. So, what did you see in the play, and where do you think that injury? Like, what's your reaction to this play?
Yeah, so you can kind of tell that towards as he gets closer to first base that he has this like awkward landing a little bit on the leg, and he kind of winces a little bit almost now that you're aware of what happened. But it could have been that point where he kind of stepped on a little bit wrong. He took what was, this injured, kind of irritated bone of the stress reaction and kind of converted it more to an actual fracture. So a little bit more of those broken, that little fracture area. So you could see that he had maybe that little misstep that might have taken it one step further.
Well, he had that misstep, but he continued to play through the pain or whatever it is he was going through for nearly 2 weeks. Did that make it worse, or did that even, I guess, complicate the recovery to the injury by playing through it?
A lot of people play through injuries like this and then they don't realize that they're just setting themselves back a little bit in terms of recovery. If he had stopped and kind of gotten it evaluated at that point, he could have just started the clock of recovery a little bit faster. So it's not necessarily that it made it a whole lot worse. It's just that one of the ways that basically the way that we treat these is by decreasing impact onto that bone. And so we could have taken off impact on that bone 2 weeks earlier. And so it could have just started the clock of healing sooner.
All right. Well, they put him on the 15-day IL, so that's kind of 2 weeks in a way. Is that 15 days? Is that enough time for him to return?
Probably not, honestly. Usually when we're dealing with a stress fracture, it's usually more like 4 to 6 weeks at least. So it's probably going to be longer, to be honest.
All right. Bad news for the Yankees. They need all the help they can get in that bullpen. And $1 million question here: would the treatment for Leiter differ from how a non-athlete would recover from this injury?
Well, this is the nice part about being an athlete and having resources, and having, trainers around you that can keep you active and strong while recovering from an injury, right? So he's going to be doing a lot of cross training. He's going to be doing a lot of strengthening around that leg, around that injury without putting a lot of weight onto that area.
Okay. So basically, if you're a non-athlete and you get this injury, you go to Dr. Lauren Borowski. She'll get you right, just like the Yankees are going to get Leiter right. Doc, thanks for hopping on with this. That was fun.
Thank you so much.